It's Glacier Peak and Shorecrest here live from Shoreline Stadium. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle. We're glad you're with us. Tim, you can sneak in before the kickoff here. What do you think? What's your big prediction tonight?
42-6 Glacier Peak. And hit us on Facebook. Give us your predictions.
STSPN.
We'll give you a shout out. Uh-oh, they're going with little, I don't know what kind of kick that was.
Torsen for the Scots in the green, and again, we get to see, we haven't seen them since Jackson, the brand new away helmets here for Glacier Peak, and they'll get great field position starting out on the 30. The
kick was kind of a half squib, half onside. I'm not sure what exactly they were trying to do. Glacier, it was unreturnable at any rate. Maybe they just didn't want him to return it.
That's probably not a bad idea. So Brady Southard, number 7, the big story tonight, getting the start. Branson Corwin sitting out for an injury that they want to make sure is absolutely taken care of there. We wish him the best. He should be back. I know the coaches next week, big game, not to look ahead, but Bothell at home. Yowza.
Stay tuned for that is going to be a big game.
I can't wait for that. A little 2-eye back set. He pitches it out.
See you later.
And that's Leon Elliott, I believe.
I think that's Kainoa Wong.
Or that's Wong, you're right. Down the sidelines, all the way to the 17-yard line.
We got laundry on the field, though. But that was a great run by Kainoa Wong, and he comes right at him. But there's a flag. I think it's coming back, Scott. My guess is that's a hold. I think there's 2 flags on the play.
Was Kainoa, did he have his cell phone? Was he listening to the pregame show?
I think he was.
We were pubbing him hard. The wrecking ball.
Is that what we're going to call him? I thought it was Kainoa Cheech and Chong Wong.
Yeah, that's true. We'll have to see what sticks. I like it. But I'm going with Matt, the Brunswick Darling, for sure.
That's a done deal.
So the penalty.
What was the penalty? Oh, the penalty was on. The penalties act was actually on Shorecrest because they moved it up 5 yards. So it must have happened. I didn't even see what they called, but it must have been some.
I'm not sure, but it is going to be 1st and 5 for Brady Southard, and he's got Josh Pinkett in the backfield. Now he slides over to the left. Southard back to pass, going over the far side deep, and it's caught.
Oh, the thief!
The thief! Trey Chambers hits the end zone like he did the opening night against Lake Stevens, and bam, with 11:32 left in the first. Touchdown, Glacier Peak.
And Scott, on that one, that's just a varsity athlete right there. They both had the chance at the ball, but what they tell you is when you're the wide receiver, you got to go up and take that ball. And that's exactly what he did. He was actually in coverage, and he just went over the top of it and said, "Thank you very much." They don't call me the thief for nothing.
They don't call me the thief for nothing. I love it. Boy, yeah.
But that didn't take long.
That did not. One play. As Spencer Pettit is on for the extra kick, it is up, and it is good. Boy, if you just joined us and just couldn't get to the game for kickoff, it's already Glacier Peak 7, Shorecrest nothing.
Ouch.
One play.
And the other play that got called back was like a 60-yard run by Kainoa Wong. So the only thing that saved them on that was a penalty against themselves.
Yeah. Boy, Brandon Christensen, you did not. That's not how he wanted to start this game tonight.
Not at all.
Well, you already saw the A Wesco Septic pregame show. Also want to make sure you know that Mongos, and again, Eagle Eye Chris Cuneo, and on camera tonight, Shannon Cuneo. Boy, we had some incredible vittles tonight. The wraps, we had what they're featuring now, Cajun chicken spring rolls at Mongos. I had them last night.
Everything's good there.
Oh, unbelievable.
How often do you have Mongos?
You know, I try to cut it down to 3 or 4 or 5 times a week.
How are you so skinny eating Mongos like 7 times a week?
Southern, that was a 64-yard pass to Trey Chambers for the Glacier Peak touchdown, and man.
And, you know, Trey, it's kind of nice. He's, you know, kind of been injured off and on here, so it's kind of good to see him get in the mix. I think we'll be seeing him a little bit on defense tonight, too.
Yeah, he was protesting all week that he wanted to play, and the coaches wanted to make sure that his shoulder was in good shape, and he said it was, and he must have won the argument.
I think so.
Back to receive is Matt Brennan.
And they will get a shot at it.
Brennan takes it from around the 4 up the middle. And
Oh.
he's taken down hard. A big hit to the 28, 29-yard line.
Number 26 put the lick on him.
Boy, that was Devon Green, a sophomore.
We haven't called his name really at all this year.
Not at all. And you might see some good youngsters get some big-time playing opportunities tonight.
On special teams, sometimes that's where you get to make a name for yourself.
No doubt. First time you get to see the Shorecrest Scots in the green on offense. That's Nick Hendricks. And he's going to pitch it to the halfback on the right side. Nice move, but he gets pancaked down across the 31.
He looked like he was going to get some positive yardage, but he got hit hard. Was that Guffey?
I don't know if it was Guffey on there. That was Michael Fisher was the running back.
He got stood up in a hurry.
He did. Kind of his legs buckled, and then the top side went down. Fisher in the backfield. Hendricks, a senior, the quarterback, number 8. Fakes the handoff. Now he pitches it out. Good defense, trying to wrestle his way away from Glacier Peak defenders, but I don't know. He might get one.
Well, he does a good job of staying on his feet, but he didn't really get any yards.
Randall Harris, the receiver, 28, comes in with 7 receptions, 111 yards, averaging almost 16 yards a pickup for Harris.
That's significant.
Brantle Harris, B-R-A-N-T-L-E.
Brantle?
Brantle. One of their big receivers, 6 foot, a junior.
3rd and 5.
Is it Brantley? Oh, I was just corrected. Thank you, Brantley. I appreciate that. 3rd and 5 for Hendricks. He dumps it, and it's complete on the near sideline. Wong finally bounces him out at the 47. Nice play, and that was Christian Golden.
He's about him and Kaino are about the same size.
It's a good matchup. 5'9", 145. He has a couple inches, but a senior.
He does have a couple inches on him.
Hey, Wong, I'm telling you, he's a player. And it's just fun, again, if you haven't watched much this year, get to see him on offense. Great defender, but tremendous offenser. 1st and 10, big first down pickup for the Scots now at their own 47. Will Brennan in the backfield. And nothing doing there, Tim.
Great push by the defensive line. They didn't give him an inch on that play.
And that's
he might have lost about a half a yard on that play.
I think he might have, and that's one of the things that that was Brennan.
He tried to go right up the middle on him.
Yeah, and Brendan Christian, the head coach of Shorecrest, was talking about how big, and we've heard that week after week, how big and physical this Glacier Peak team is up front on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to run up the middle on him tonight. That's for sure.
No, 2nd and 11 now, as Hendricks gives instruction. He's got Fisher now to his right. Hendricks fakes the handoff, now goes over wobbly, and it's caught at the 48-yard line. And that was Fisher with the reception.
Guffey on the tackle there.
They kind of lead with Fisher and Harris, Brantley Harris, number 28. They run. The other thing you got to know about Nick, the quarterback. Ron, are we going down to Ron?
Hello there. What do you need?
Hey, Ron.
Hello. Hey, guys.
Handoff.
That was 3rd and 6 right
was.
there, so I think that's going to bring up a 4th down at about midfield, just over midfield.
It's Fisher again on the carry.
Punting units coming on the
Well,
field.
it's unfortunate for the Scots. They had a nice pickup on 1st down, got all the way across midfield there, had something going, but they couldn't get that completion, and they're not going to take a risk. Their punter is Aubrey Victor. Gets that's a nice punt. Fair catch made by Guffey at the 19, and that's where they will start.
Well, they did chew up about 4 minutes of the clock. Well, 3.5 minutes they chewed up.
7:59 in the first quarter. Glacier Peak up 7-0. Struck early on the first play of the game with a 64-yard touchdown toss by Brady Southard. He's got the start tonight to the thief, Trey Chambers. Now Jake Berg in motion. You got Matt, the Brunswick Darling, in the backfield. Southard looking over. Should see some different players tonight for Glacier Peak. Southard back to pass. Wants where he likes it. Tries to go to Berg. Incomplete. Tough catch.
A little bit low on the throw.
Southard numbers already just explosive. 1 for 2, 64 yards, 1 touchdown.
Hey, he's averaging 32 yards a throw.
He's on fire. Guy who made that tackle is number 11 in the green. You'll see him. We'll talk about him all night. He's on the far side. Number 11, Jake Oliver for the Shorecrest Scots. 2nd and 10 now for Southard. Southard, he does hand it to Darling on the left side. Picks up 4 or 5. And Matt, the Brunswick Darling, the stand-up runner that just won't go down like a pin, baby.
He always gets that extra yard or two, just like he did right there.
Brings up, they get a gain of 4. 3rd and 6 now from their own 24-yard line. Darling still in the backfield there. Leon Elliott, the near side receiver, had a big game last week. Southern back to pass. Now he tucks, rolls left. Now he goes over. It's intercepted by the Scots at the 30. This could be over right here. Touchdown, Shorecrest Scots. And that is number 23, Matt Brennan, the senior. A pick 6.
Well, Brady was rolling out there, and he kind of made a bad decision. The guy was, his receiver was covered, and he'd like to have that one back, of course. But, well, that's one way of getting on the board.
It is. They did. They shut out the Shorecrest Scots last year at Veterans Memorial. First time ever Glacier Peak had shut out anybody. But that's not going to happen again. A 30-yard pick 6 by
Let's see
Brennan.
if Guffey can get in there and block this extra point.
Yeah, he hasn't in a couple weeks. Torson.
He's due.
He is. High snap. Almost. Did he tip it?
Oh, and it just sneaks over. And it looked like, I think it was Kainoa Wong that almost got. I don't know how he didn't get that because he had the penetration.
Oh, and the holder had to climb the ladder to bring that one
Exactly.
down. It was not a good snap.
And not only, and the ball just kind of creeped over that.
Come on, you want to use your paint?
No, I've used that before.
We'll see. We were egging on in pregame conversations if how long they would send Spencer Pennant out, and if they do 60.
Yeah, if they would, it'd have to be the right wind.
60. Yeah, there wasn't much wind at pregame. Again, a beautiful day, a nice.
I think
October
he said
day.
I thought he said that like 52 or so was about where the Mason-Dixon line is on that.
Where you would stop, but hey, 7:11 left. And our Seattle Hill Sport and Spine Physical Therapy score, Glacier Peak 7, Shorecrest 7. On an interception, a learning experience for starter tonight, junior Brady Southard. Roll left, and that one he'd like to have back. Great play by Brennan, though, for the Scots.
I would say the only silver lining of that, it's a good thing he did that this week and not next week, because next week they'll pay for that if they do it against Bothell.
Off to Torson's off to kick, and Jake Berg back to receive for the Grizzlies along with the host. And Leon looks at it, and I think it's Berg there, comes up from around the 12 or 13. Now trying to make some moves. He's stuffed down at the 25. Good special teams by Marcus Osborne for the Scots. Osborne, a good-looking player, sophomore, 5'10", 2 bills. Good
tackle. So, well, Brady's going to get another chance here.
Yes, he is. It's all 7-7, 7:05. Nice little wake-up call. I mean, I think the boys might have been looking over Shorecrest just a little bit, kind of natural tendency. Brady now pitches it out to Hines. Austin Hines down the left sideline. Two guys to be to the 30, all the way to the 20-yard line of Shorecrest. Big pickup for Austin Hines.
And that was a great. Now, Brady just made up for that last play because that was a great option. He waited till the last second, and Hines, when he gets in the open field, that kid can run.
Yeah, he is.
Uh-oh.
Penalty.
Another penalty. Ugh, that's painful. When you get like a 60-yard gain like that, that's the second one they've had called back.
55-yarder. Pulled back. Kainoa Wong on the first play had a 60-yarder pulled back on a penalty. That one really, really hurts.
So what really this amounts to is it'll go down in the books as a 10-yard penalty, but really it's a 65-yard penalty.
And you know, we got to know that issue last year and the previous years. I think they've done. Would you say they've done a better job this year of penalties? Again, it's not the amount; it's when they happen.
Yeah,
it's the first game.
I think
it's really hurt them.
Last year they were so painful because of when they took place.
1st and 12 they have on the board. Now Hines in motion. He fakes it to Hines, rolling left now. The right-hander tosses across, and it's caught!
Oh, and he stays on his feet.
And that is Big Nick Allen?
No, it's
Chambers again, the thief! Second touchdown of the night. My goodness,
no
this
flag.
Is the fastest game on turf tonight, Tim Boyle.
Well, on that one, the ball was slightly underthrown, but if you saw that, Trey Chambers comes back to make the play, and he almost got off of his feet, and he stayed on his feet, and he was off to the races there.
Another rebound that he picked up,
yeah.
and then he was off. Trey Chambers, the thief.
The good thing about Trey is he's actually going after that ball. Neither one of those were perfectly thrown, but he's making a play on it.
That's what we call offensive pent-up demand. He didn't get to play. He had a 2-touchdown game. That's a 77-yard pass touchdown for Trey Chambers.
Well, all the holding did the previous play was pad the stats more on this play.
The extra point is up, and now you see the cheerleaders for Glacier Peak having to do the push-ups, Tim.
They might be getting tired tonight. Well, they've done 14 already.
Man, our Seattle Hill physical therapy score, 6:36 left to go in the first quarter. It's Glacier Peak 14, Shorecrest 7. We'll be back right after this. We're back at Shoreline Stadium live on STSPN.com. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle. We're glad you're with us. Pettit kicks off to Fisher and Brennan. It looks like it's Brennan taking it from his 5, going up the right. He has some room. Kainoa Wong has to go get him, and now he's finally pushed out, but what a run back all the way to the 48.
And that's number 26 again. What did we say? That's, what did we say his name was?
I believe that was
Devon Green.
Oh, on Glacier Peak, excuse me.
Second time in a row we've called him.
Good special play by the youngster.
He wants to get up, move up in the lineup.
Man, our statistician John McLean and our new spotter, also statistician Rob Wygant here in the booth helping. Hendricks gets it to Fisher. Fisher, a nice gain of 4. Michael Fisher.
Nice tackle there. I didn't quite see who got that, but they saved a few yards there.
Yeah, we'll talk about Brady Southard's debut. He's got some, and Trey Chambers has just got a ton of yards. Hendricks now complete, but he's taken down, and that is Andrew McCoy.
That was a great open field tackle. McCoy saw it coming. Got there and laid the stick on him.
Andrew McCoy, last week or 2 weeks, he got his kind of a first start at defense. Again, the backup, he's 3rd on the depth chart at quarterback, a sophomore. That'll leave him 3rd and 10 for the Scots. Hendricks fakes the handoff, now rolling right. Hendricks makes a good yards, but nothing there. Big Holloman and the white jersey gobble him up. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
They gave him that courtesy extra yard there that we talk about in high school football. For some reason, they just don't back him up that much when they lose yardage.
No, they never, ever do. But Nick Hendricks, he's got 66 carries for 390 yards on the ground, Tim Boyle.
He's their leading rusher, if I'm not mistaken.
He is.
He's like second in Wesco. They're punting here.
Double threat. Back to receive. Guffey calls for a fair catch, and that's where they'll start this drive for Glacier Peak at, what are they going to do, the 24-yard line.
You know, Glacier Peak doesn't run back a lot of punt. Last year, they hardly ran back any punts. They seem to be satisfied with just taking a fair catch and the good field position.
I know. I want to see Guffey take that back.
I'd like to see it, too.
STSPN's coverage of Wesco and high school football in Glacier Peak always brought to you by WescoAthletics.com. Want to check out any scores, schedules, any sport, Wesco 4A, 3A, check it out at WescoAthletics.com and get the Game Day app on your iPhone, Droid, anything. 1st and 10, hands to Brunswick, Darling.
Not much on that.
And he'll get a couple, but that's it. Let's talk about the big boys up front. Nolan Dale's done a great job. You got Mo Fafita, Drew Liner, Hensley, and Holloman.
They've done a great job this year, and they have, obviously, we talk about they never get enough credit, but the boys up front have done a great job.
Even post-game, talking to Jackson, offensive coordinators and coaches, they were very impressed by the front and defensive line. Souther goes back to pass, finds Big Nick Allen over the 30 to the 34.
He's right about think he's got the first down. Oh my goodness, where'd they put, backed it up about a yard and a half. Where is my challenge flag?
Where is your challenge? Marvin Young there, Will Brennan there on the coverage for the Scots, and they're going to say it's 3rd and a couple tiny millimeters.
Man, it looked like he was over by about a foot or two. And
2-yard gain for him. 3rd and 1 now. Brady, that's Leon in motion. Darling got first down and more. Up the gut, right up to the mid-stripe.
And that's the Brunswick we've been talking about.
Harrison Davis finally catches up with him, but Matt, the Brunswick Darling.
Let's talk about Trey Chambers has got 2 catches. He's averaging 70 and a half yards a catch.
I think that'll put him in first place for the league. That's don't they call those crooked numbers?
I don't know what kind of numbers those are.
That's incredible. 1st and 10 now, 49. Pitch to Berg. Berg, we saw some nifty moves. He makes one guy miss and bounced out of bounds, but he gets all the way up to the 44-yard line. Nice job by Jake Berg. So a big pickup, 2nd and 10, 3:23 left in the first quarter. 8-yard pickup there for Jake Berg. Brady Southard, the junior, getting his first start tonight. Berg in motion. Southard doing a great job over the middle. That's Leon Elliott. Elliott has a couple green shirts to beat. And he says hello to the blue end zone. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Leon Elliott is first of the year, or maybe
no, he got one last week, and he almost had 2 last week. But we've been talking about we need to get Leon in this game. Leon and Nick Allen, we need to get those 2 more involved, and Leon's just been kind of waiting for it.
Leon Elliott, again, he's been in the system, the Glacier Peak, since the freshman year, is one of the quarterbacks coming up through the program. This year they went to him and said, hey, we need you to play flanker. Leon Elliott coming in 6 receptions, 39 yards.
Here comes the weapon.
The weapon, Pettit.
Look where he's putting that thing. The ball boy couldn't even keep up with it. He's back in the fence back there.
So fast and furious scores here from Shoreline Stadium. That one, a 44-yard touchdown by Leon Elliott, backed up by 64, 55, something. It's so, the calculator's broken. It's going so high.
So Scott, Brady Southard is 6 attempts, 4 completions, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And we're in the first quarter.
3:15 left. Our Seattle Physical Therapy score. Glacier Peak now 21, Shorecrest 7. Also want to tell you about McDaniel's Do-It Center in downtown Snohomish. Tim, we love going there. You walk in and you just tell somebody what you want, what you're looking for, and boom, laser right to it. No Mickey around. No, it's just done. You get in, you get out. They take care of you.
You are absolutely right.
Fisher and Brennan now back to
Ron wants to chime in here.
yeah, let's go down to Ron Henthorne on the sideline.
Okay, that was the end zone. So what I got for you is Andrew McCoy came out of the game a little while ago with kind of a busted lip down here, a little blood on his shirt, but they got him cleaned up. He's also got the football in his hand, so look for him maybe to come back in there and be throwing the ball a little bit.
Who was that?
Andrew McCoy.
Andrew McCoy. Okay, Andrew got roughed up a little bit.
So those Ron Henthorne were back. He's telling us Andrew McCoy. He's saying he might get some touches at QB tonight.
Well, I think he will at the rate we're going now. I think you'll probably see him.
3:14 left of the first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Hendricks, empty set. Back now. Coleman almost on him. Incomplete. Trying to go for Fisher over the middle.
Well,
but Logan Coleman was.
Yeah, the thing is with that, he had to get rid of it early, so the guy didn't have time to run his route there. Coleman was all over him. He came in untouched.
2nd and 10 now. Hendricks, Fisher to his right. Tries to get it. Fisher, the ball's down, fumble.
I think GP's got it.
And Diego telling everybody they got it.
And Logan Coleman comes up with the ball.
Big turnover. Glacier Peak and Fisher is not happy. I always feel bad for the kids. He knows that was a tough one. Teammate gives him a pat on the back, but
the issue there, Scott, is they're going to have a difficult time running up the middle on Glacier Peak. What I think they're going to need to do is try to see if they can get to that outside corner. I think that's where they have the best chance of beating Glacier Peak, and not that that's going to be easy either.
Well, at least get Hendricks out. He's running. He's their leading rusher. Get him out so he can kind of do that option read thing and take off if he can. He's a senior. But 1st and 10, and just as Ron told you, breaking news, it's McCoy in there for quarterback, flips it out to Hines. Good defensive play by the Scots, and he won't get much.
I think he's going to lose a yard or two.
Absolutely lose a couple. But Andrew McCoy, the sophomore, at quarterback now.
And we just got done saying we might see some of him at quarterback.
There's only one place you can get that kind of information that accurately, that quickly, and it's right here on STSPN.com.
And I think that was probably planned to put him in at this series regardless of what was going on.
Pinka now the backfield, and he gets the carry, and he makes a couple green jerseys pay as he rumbles down to the 12. Josh Pinka, the senior.
Number 32 for Shorecrest is down. It looks like he's nursing a leg injury.
That's Will Brennan. If you're a Shorecrest Scott,
you don't want to see that.
Want him. There's Coach Brendan Christensen out to check on him. You want to. Hopefully he is okay.
He's probably the last guy they want to see go down. You don't want to see anybody go down, but that's going to be painful.
No, Brennan. Oh man. He's a big horse for them. He's comes in tonight, 15 carries, 45 yards. He's a stud on defense. Again, they're not deep here at Shorecrest, and so anytime anybody goes down, Brendan Christian was telling us that before the game.
The last time we were here, somebody broke their leg on the sidelines.
That was Shorewood, yeah.
Yeah, that was Shorewood, and that was quite the incident. Ambulance on the field, and we don't want to see anything. I don't think we have a problem like that here.
No, I think he's fine, but good chance. Well, they're tending to him. We want to tell you about Glacier Peak fans. Come out and support Glacier Peak football on October 12th. That's coming up, 10 to 5, by test driving a Ford provided by Bickford Ford, but it's at Glacier Peak High School football. The Booster Club earns $20 for each test drive, one per household must be 18 and over. Tim Boyle, what do you know about Fords?
I know a little bit about Fords. I got one myself. If you're going to go test drive one of the Eco Boosts. You know, they got the Explorer and the F-150s, and even the Escape has the Eco Boost, but excellent gas mileage and tons of power.
Break it down for us. Break down the Eco Boost.
Well,
What's
the Eco
there?
Boost, you got twin turbos going on the Eco Boost, so throws that extra air into the engine. You get all that extra power, good gas mileage.
Oh my God!
There it is, right there.
Nobody breaks anything down like our expert analyst Tim.
Twin
Boyle.
turbos, ladies and gentlemen, on the Eco Boost.
So go check it out. Again, that's October 12th, 10 to 5 at Glacier Peak High School. Go test drive a Ford. Brought to you provided by Bickford Ford. Again, $20 for each test drive, and it goes to the football.
Just go do it, even if you don't need a new car. Just go test drive it.
Always fun.
Tell them Tim and Scott sent you.
Absolutely, always fun to get a new card. So, McCoy now back to pass, making his first varsity pass to Wong.
Oh.
Just off the fingertips, incomplete. Boy, that was a tough throw and tough coverage.
Just a little bit high for him.
But McCoy going for it. Max Osborne, good coverage for the sophomore from Shorecrest.
So it's 4th and 5, so I think the weapon's going to come out.
I see number 12 entering the field.
13, so this is going to be about a 30-yarder, if I'm not mistaken. That's just a little chip shot. He might actually kick that with the opposite foot.
We'll ask him later. We'll ask him after the game. His eyes are still open when he does one from anywhere inside the 50.
Exactly.
Coming in, he's got averaging 46 yards a kick. This one's down for Hines. It's up. Did it make it? Yes, it did.
Had plenty of distance. Was going a little left there, but he knew what he was doing.
How far was that officially?
A 30-yarder, I believe.
That's child's play for the weapon.
It's not even it'd have to get longer to be child's play.
It's a small weapon. All right, the cheerleaders are doing what they do best. It's 24 now to 7. Glacier Peak up.
We need to make Ron do some push-ups with the cheerleaders. That's what we got to get on camera. Ron, you're doing push-ups next time.
I like it. Ron Henthorn.
Ron Henthorn, ladies and gentlemen.
156.
As they start.
Oh, we didn't catch that, Ron. What was that?
We didn't catch it, Ron.
What do you say, Ron? Those push-ups, I'll be happy to join them. Looks like a lot of fun to me.
Ron said he's going to join them. We don't want another injury on the field, though.
No.
We don't need another injury.
No, we don't have enough medical staff here to handle that. Again, 1:56 left to go in quarter number 1. Not too soon after that. In the second, the halftime show brought to you by Fred's Rivertown Ale House. Stay tuned for that. And also, tonight's broadcast always brought to you by Snohomish Bakery. Again, some incredible eats down there. Pettit kicking off. Michael Fisher. But that's not Fisher. Up the gut for the 30. Nice move. Breaks it to the outside. Now he's got footsteps. He's finally brought down by the kicker, Spencer Pettit, but he gets into Glacier Peak territory. What a run back by number 23, Matt Brennan. That's the kid who was just hurt.
That was the kid that was hurt? He was doing a soccer injury there, if that was the kid that was hurt.
Oh, 32 was hurt. Sorry, we're getting information. 32 was hurt. That's a younger Brennan.
How about the tackle by Spencer Pettit, though? Scotty jumped all over him, and just like he knew what he was doing.
Pettit is a good defender. He's on the depth chart there at cornerback. So Hendricks now, 1st and 10, flips it over. It's complete, and Hines finally grabs on by the shirt tail and gets him until his posse can get over there and bring him down, but a nice pickup on first.
It was a nice play by Hines to hang on to him because he almost slipped away from Hines, and he would have had some major yardage there.
That was Brantley Harris with the pickup, number 28 for the Scots. So 2nd and 5 now at the Glacier Peak 24. Big run back on the kickoff. Fisher gets the handoff. Goes through the middle.
Face mask. Flags are flying all over the place.
And big Josh Elvig.
There's 17 flags on the play, Scott.
Did you get yours? Because you have a yellow one, too.
I think there's too many already on there.
Big Josh Elvig, son of the 5-tool player, in on that play, but might have got his hand caught up there in the grill a little more than he wanted to. We'll see what...
Personal foul face mask.
So that's going to add insult. They'll take that ball closer to the blue-gold line here for the Shorecrest Scots. 24-7, 1:11 left in the first quarter. Interesting game so far, really.
24-7. Yeah, it's going to be a high score. I don't know what the over-under was on this, but I would have gone over.
I want to tell everybody out there, talk about some other Westco games, but now first and goal at the 8 for the Shorecrest Scots. Fisher in the backfield, Hendricks now purveying the field. And whistles blow
That's
before the snap.
That's probably going to be either was that a delay or is that a false start?
It looks like delay of
game.
And that's
not what they need right there when they're in the red zone. Because it's going to be a struggle for them to get in here, so they need every break they can get. But back to the big game tonight is Edmonds, Woodway, and Cascade. They're both 4-0 if I'm not mistaken, and that's going to be a huge game. Cascade's got that high-powered quarterback, and
Josh Brown, is that what it is?
Josh somebody.
Josh, I think it might be that, but Josh Smith.
Josh Smith. Yep.
Hendricks now in trouble, and Logan Coleman takes him down, but there's a flag.
Are they going to say I'm curious what they're going to call that flag. I hope they're not going to say that's roughing the face mask again.
Wow.
I didn't see a face mask on that one. God, but somebody did, because it looks like there's 3 flags down.
A minute left here in the first quarter. Glacier Peak up 24-7. The Scots had first and goal at the 8.
It kind of looked like Logan tackled him from the waist, so I'm not sure where the face mask came, but the ref was right on top of it, so he must have saw something he didn't like. Gives them a first down. Over.
Yeah, no, and they're in good shape now, but first and goal.
No, it's first and 13 on.
Well, the markers aren't set that way. The chains are
You're
not
right.
set up.
You are correct.
So
first and goal.
But they're
on the 19.
They're on the 19 now. Fisher, Hendricks, back to pass, gonna have pressure now. He tucks it up and nowhere to go. And Coleman there again, but Josh Elvig.
Good to call Josh's name here.
Good
and that's
play.
I think that's a loss there. That's about a 2-yard loss.
And 40 seconds left on the clock. They might let this one run out in the first quarter.
I don't know if they'll be able to let it go, but I'd be inclined to.
2nd and 22 now on the GP22. Hendricks looking up. 23 seconds left on the clock. He'll get this one away. Fakes it to the running back, but nowhere to go on the thief. And Coleman back, and Hendricks has not been able to get it going tonight.
Jeez, now they're back to the 25-yard line now. It's first and goal from the 25. Third and goal from the 25.
They started at the 8, but that's going to do it for the first quarter. And we'll be back with second quarter action. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Back here now, second quarter from Shoreline Stadium. Glacier Peak up 24-7. Scott Oshman joined along with Tim Boyle, and the Scots trying to work their way out of a mess here, going backwards. Hendricks now, he's got Pinka on him. Dumps it to Fisher, gets to the 30. He's got big Holloman there, but he's down to the 10.
Nice pickup. The problem is they needed 25, but that was a great way to get at least in field goal range.
Good ad lib there by the senior. And Kainoa Wong with the tackle there. The senior, the wrecking ball. This just in, Edmonds Woodway leads Cascade 14-7 midway through the second quarter.
That's going to be a dogfight there in that game. I'm very interested to see how that turns out.
4th and goal, they're going to go for it.
From the 10.
From the 10, the big Hendricks. Looks all right. Now he tucks in, doesn't like, going to left. Corner!
Oh!
But Wong gets him out at the 4. Kainoa Wong.
Kainoa Cheech and Chong Wong. What a tackle he got. That was a great open field tackle. He had the end zone written all over that one. So that's a touchdown saving tackle by Mr. Wong.
Kainoa plays much taller than 5'7". He was going after Hendricks, who's their leading rusher, went to ad lib there. Unbelievable play by Kainoa Wong. So now Glacier Peak gets the ball. Brady Southard back in as the quarterback here, the junior. And Darling in the backfield, pinned back in their own end zone. Darling with the carry, and he'll get a couple.
They run Darling up the middle usually. Have you ever noticed that? They pretty much, his play is kind of right up the middle. And that's kind of how the missile was.
Missile to the Brunswick.
Yes.
No, you're right, absolutely. I think that Darling, they go right up the A gaps, and then they like Pinka, over the tackle. And Darling's having a good night tonight. 4 carries, 24 yards, averaging 6 a clip. 2nd and 8 now for Glacier Peak. Southard doesn't like it. Look, and there's Guffey open, and he throws it and catches it at the 15, and he'll stretch out to the 19.
That's a good heads-up play by Southard. He saw the play kind of broke up a little bit, and he saw Guffey wide open, and it gets him out of that danger zone back there.
Mullins brings him down, but a big kudos the offensive line gave him. He had all day and a bag of chips to throw that ball. A nice 13-yard pickup. Southard now, Darling in the backfield. Berg in motion. He hands it to Darling up the gut, and the Brunswick pulls through some pins and gets all the way to a Glacier Peak first down.
And then some. He got that by about 2 yards. Do I see a flag on the play?
I do see them picking up some yellow stuff.
Interesting to see what they call that. I wonder if somebody clipped a little bit of his face mask on that.
Officiating crew tonight, that's Tim Stern. And that's
blow to the head.
On Shorecrest.
Ouch. That's a personal foul. They had the first down already, but they're should be 15 yards on top of that.
Officiating crew Tim Stern there in the white hat. Umpire Ron Beal.
He lost count. He had to come.
Oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks to Mount Vernon 2 years ago. Huey, Dewey, and Louie were up there.
He lost count. He had to go back and start over again. Well, sometimes you run out of toes and fingers and toes.
We were talking in all seriousness, Tim, which we hate to be serious here on STSPN, but the officiating in this season and last season vastly improved for our first year on broadcast.
Significantly, and they're not taking as long to make the calls. They used to have a powwow every time.
1st and 10 now from their own 46. Fakes it, gets it back to Guffey. Guffey with a shoestring tackle. Brennan.
Flags all over the place. Uh-oh. 2 flags in 2 different areas. So I think there's going to be some unsportsmanship. I'm not sure who that's going to... One of them back there I think is going to be on Shorecrest, but see if these are offsetting.
Justin Guffey getting the rock tonight, Tim.
It's against GP. I thought I saw 2 separate incidents, though.
This Referee timeout
Ouch.
brought to you by.
Look at this.
That's going to go way back.
Ouch. Was that clipping? Is that what I heard? Illegal block in the back.
Thank you very much. Here are our poor friends who have to listen to us. This is an open booth here at Shoreline. One of the nicest booths in the league we've been to, but they have to put up and listen to us, Tim.
Hey, if I was somebody else, I wouldn't want to listen to me.
No, talk to our spouses. 1st and 10 now from their own 38. 24-7, 10:21 left in the second quarter. Brady Southern at quarterback now. Fakes it, pitches it out to Berg. Berg tries to miss. Get that guy to miss Brennan, though. A great open field tackle by Brennan.
Yeah, it's going to bring up about 2nd and 16, I think.
Brady Southern, 6 for 9, 206 yards, already 3 touchdowns with his long being 77 yards.
Putting up some ridiculous numbers here. He could have 300 yards in the first half if they give him a chance to throw a couple here.
He's trying to get that STSPN Kathy Salvadolina player of the game. He fakes it, Berg, but nobody. He breaks the tackle in the backfield. Now he's got to make it up as he goes, and he gets a nice job making up for something that wasn't going to go very well. He gets all the way. Jeez Louise.
Well, he actually saved himself about 9 yards because he was going to get tackled about 9 yards back behind that ball, and somehow he slipped out of it. Now they're facing 3rd and 12, though.
Boy, he got himself in a maze to try and just get back. They're at their own 44 as they look over. I thought he had a chance to get taken down for a big loss.
I think they're going to put the ball up in the air on this play.
Leon in motion. Now Brady back to pass. Has good time. Goes over the middle. It's caught by Guffey down at the 25. The hitman, Justin Guffey.
The hitman. I like it. And Guffey, that was a perfect route Guffey ran. And I'll tell you what, Brady threaded the needle on that because he barely had any room to get that through. And hey, they always say a perfect pass will beat perfect coverage any day of the week.
You betcha. Max Osborne was not like poor coverage from
No,
Osborne. He was draped all over him. Again, a brilliant pass, a laser. And Justin Guffey, 30-yard completion. Guffey putting up some big numbers. 3 catches, 44 yards. 1st and 10 now at the Scots 26. Pitches it over to Berg. Berg, nice block by Elliott. And he'll get down to the 15, and that's number 11, Jake Oliver, on the tackle.
And that's a first down again. So I'll tell you what, Southern's putting up some heinous numbers right now.
It's wicked. Wicked. Some wicked numbers over there. Brady Southern getting his first varsity start tonight. He's had some playing time, but Branson Corwin held out tonight. Want to check him out. He's got some breathing issues. We're not totally sure. Low snap.
Broken
now Southern
play.
has to take it himself. But the big fella
Look at that.
drives the pile down to the 8. Maybe closer.
Nice broken play there by Brady. I think it was mis-snapped, and he puts a number on it.
Should talk about center Nolan Dale has done a great job. Had some issues there in the second game, but I'll tell you what, the senior's come back and he has played absolutely perfect.
Absolute. Last game, I don't even think he had an issue with the snap.
Not at all. 3rd and 3 from the 8.
Uh-oh.
Elliott has some issues with the ball and he covers it up, but does he?
Think Elliott had it on the ground. It should be down for Elliott.
And now there's a conversation, and the Shorecrest Scots dodge a bullet.
Yeah. Oh, they do.
2nd and 3 from the 8, just about to put another one in.
Interesting call because it looked like, from my angle, it looked like he recovered. He's on the ground, but then heads-up play by the Shorecrest guy. He stripped it out of his hands when he was on the ground. I think he should have been down.
I cannot wait to see the replay on STSPN. And Tim, you're reaching for your red flag.
Where is my red flag?
I don't know. Let's try and go down to Ron Henthorn and see what he saw.
I was red too on that fumble, guys, and I'm pretty sure the Glacier Peak picked that up. And if you had the red flag, Tim, I think you better throw it, baby, because we deserve it.
I'm throwing it, Ron. Thank you very much.
There we go. 1st and 10, another issue with the ball. Shorecrest.
Oh, there's a flag that comes flying up. That's going to be something. That's going to be some type of unsportsmanship call when it happens after the call like that. I think that's going to go against GP.
Boy, what do they put on the ball, Tim Boyle?
I'm not exactly sure. It's not raining.
No, there's no rain. A gorgeous night here in October.
We'll have to get a weather report from Ron when we come back.
It looks clear as a bell.
Personal foul. Oh, it's against Shorecrest. It happened in the pile, so we couldn't quite see what happened. But I saw the flag come shooting up from the middle of the pile. That's going to be half the distance.
From here, it looks like the ref was on the bottom of the pile.
I thought it was a hot air balloon. All of a sudden, it just comes flying out of there.
Pop goes the weasel. So, somebody getting the business down there in the pile, and that's going to push him back to the one.
It's just second and 20, or first and 20. Second and 20.
That's a long way.
Well, plus you're playing from the 3-yard line, so very difficult.
So Glacier Peak pinning back their ears now. Hendricks with Fisher in the backfield. Long way to go. Fakes it, gets pressure, gets it away. Guffey can't quite reach it, but almost intercepted, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 20 now.
Well, I'll tell you what, they want to get, if they have to get rid of it, that's one thing, but they don't want to be punting from right there, so they're going to want to get, 5 or 6 yards easily just to give them a little cushion back there.
24-7, 7:13 left in this first half. Scott Oshman with Tim Boyle here, live from Shoreline Stadium. 3rd down and 20 to go for the Scots. Senior Nick Hendricks. Now he hands it to Fisher.
Ooh,
Fisher
I don't know. Did he get across the
line?
He barely got. I think they're going to say he got across the line, but just by a nose hair.
McCoy was in there. Scotty Newsom in there. Fafita. The Freightliner, Neil Drewliner.
So they're going to be punting. They're going to be punting from the
1 or the half-yard line there.
Yeah, he's going to be right at the. He's going to be right on the edge of the end zone. So if that ball's a little bit high, he's in big trouble. Because if he steps backwards, it's going to be a safety.
So tough matchup here for the punter, Max Osborne. He gets it away.
Not by much, though.
Hines from the 28. Taken down, trying to hold on to the ball.
It's not very often when you see a guy return a punt from the 28-yard line.
No, not very often.
You just don't see that.
So, Shorecrest dodges a bullet. Glacier Peak drives down. They're on the 8-yard line or so, and they cough it up on a fumble. Controversial up here in the STSPN booth.
And we had Ron Hethorn right there on it. So, but they get the ball at the 22-yard line. So, very good field position.
So, Brady Southern now. We see Josh Pink in the backfield. Pink only got 1 carry for 8 yards. And they pitch it out to Wong. Kainoa at the 15. It takes a few green jerseys and he gets down to around the 8. Kainoa Wong.
He kind of reminds me of that kid from Meadowdale had, that real slippery kid a couple years ago.
Yes, you're gonna. Now it's gonna bother me.
They're kind of like the same size and.
Mm-hmm. 1st and goal now at the 8. 6:10 left to go in the first half. Glacier Peak ups 24-7. Brady Southern looking in. Wong and Pinka in the backfield. 2 seniors. Hines in motion. Does he hand it? No, he takes it himself. Brady Southern, his own energy, the own wheels. Touchdown, Glacier Peak.
God, Brady looks comfortable doing that, doesn't he?
He really does. 6'3". He takes it in himself, and Glacier Peak now 30-7.
Nice little run.
Nice fake. Again, him and Branson Corum do such a good job at the hide and seek.
They do. They've got it down.
Hard to see those linebackers trying to figure out who has the ball.
Watch how far Spencer will stick this into the end zone. If Shannon can catch this on camera here.
I hope that holds down. Ooh,
there he
almost
goes.
Get blocked, but nice catch by the ball boy.
He's got some stickum on his hands.
We might want to go at halftime and see those people in that White House. Let them know. Don't be shocked if you hear something on your side of your garage. By the way, we're going to take a break here, but Tim Boyle saved my life before the game. We were down. We'll tell that story when we come back. 31-7, Glacier Peak on top. That's your Seattle Physical Hill score. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Well, if you pick Brady Southern on your fantasy league, let me tell you, you've just jumped into a nice first place position because his numbers are absolutely insane.
You can rest your other players if you picked him.
The weapon belts it, and it'll be taken by the Scots around the 6.
Ouch. Runs into a flurry of Glacier Peak players there.
Senior Matt Brennan, the do-it-all player, takes it back for Shorecrest, and he'll start this campaign at the 20.
I was pretty impressed with Spencer's tackle a little while ago.
He's a very good athlete.
He really is.
He plays defense. He's been out there. He's great. So we'll try and get this in before the game. I'm telling you, I'm still a little shook up.
You should be.
I got to tell you.
My hand still hurts.
The IOUs for me to Tim is just piling up.
I like it that way.
1st and 10 from the 22.
Oh.
And it's down. And that's Brendan Jensen, who had the huge interception against Jackson. And he takes number 32 down, and that's the other Brennan.
And he actually had a block. There was a block in the back on there, it looked like, that they didn't call.
Will Brennan, the sophomore. So there was no flag on that, Tim?
Nope, apparently not.
I tell you, they keep going backwards, do the Shorecrest Scots, now 2nd and 16 at their own 16. Second quarter action, Hendricks.
Nope. Getting some pressure, got it off a little early, and no chance for the receiver to field that one.
Senior directing his players. Again, Brandon Christensen, the head coach, 4th year as the Shorecrest head man. He's telling us before the game, a lot of youngsters out here.
He's got the injuries. He's got a young team. He's got a little bit of some obstacles to overcome.
Nick Hendricks, 6 for 9, 38 yards. His longest pass tonight, 13 yards, brings up 3rd down and 16 from his own 16. Back now, he rolls right, has pressure now, tucks it, rolls up, finds a crease, gets through the 20 up to the 24.
Nice little run for him. The problem is he was 3rd and 16 and would have been close to a first down, but they had all those negative yards.
Grizzly tackler Brendan Jensen.
4th down and 9 now. And Glacier Peak's going to end up getting some more good field position out of this.
Yeah, with 4:33 left to go in the half.
I think Guffey's waiting to return a punt here. He's just itching for a return.
Guffey's on the near side. Punt goes out, and it's going to be Hines. Hines spun down at the 41, but again, as you said, Tim, they will take that every single time. Glacier Peak football brought to you by A. Wesco Septic, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, McDaniel's Do-It Center, and Muscle Milk. Protein means recovery, and if you want to get some recovery and work out, go to Muscle Milk. Available at all your grocery stores and convenience store. We want to thank Muscle Milk, a new friend of the program this year. Stay tuned for our Kathy Salvadolina post-game show and player of the game, also the Fred's Rivertown Ale House halftime show. Southern gives it to Darling. He's met in the backfield, a big play for the defense here. And they're going to give him forward progress, but that was kind.
That was kind. And, again, they run Darling. It's right up the middle. I'd like to see him do some little bit different stuff with Darling. Do a sweep or a pitch or something like that with him and see if they can get him around the corner.
See what he can do in open space.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 now at the 40. Southern gives it back to Darling. He spins free and makes something out of absolutely nothing. And gains a nice 4 yards.
Chicken salad out of you-know-what.
3rd and 6 from the 36. Tonight's broadcast and our pregame meal always brought by the fine folks at Mongo's. Love me some Mongo's. Eat at mongos.com. Check out a new feature there.
What's the new feature?
Oh, these spring rolls, man. They're insanely good. You can't have just one. The Cajun spring rolls. But back to something very good, and Brady Southern tries to get it to Berg. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
4th and 6. That's going to be we'll see what they do on 4th and 6 from the 36-yard line. You normally don't see the 30s. They could. It'd be about a 52, 53-yarder, 53-yarder if they want to bring him out.
Where's the weapon?
Yeah, it would be a 53-yarder.
Let's see if Rowe goes to his holster.
Come on, Rowe.
Come on, does he reach to the holster?
Well, he's going for it.
He's going. He is the Riverboat Gambler. Berg in motion. Fakes the pitch. Now Brady rolling to the near side. Throws across the... Hey, it's intercepted! Trying to go to the thief Trey Chambers. And number 32, a great play by the younger Brennan, Will Brennan, with another interception, 2nd on the night for Brady Southern.
And both times, if you remember back, both times he's throwing on the run. He's struggling a little bit throwing on the run, and that one's a little bit across the... That was a tough throw he had to make there, but probably shouldn't have made it, yeah.
So 2:53 left. Glacier Peak up 31-7 here, live at Shoreline Stadium.
He was rolling left on the other interception, too, because it was down here going the opposite way.
Probably thought Trey would go up and get that one as well. You always want to put it up, but 1st and 10 now as the Scots get back on offense. Hendricks keeps it, and he's going to be taken down. Big Mo Fafita with a bear hug tackle.
Mo 51?
Mo is 51.
Yep, that was definitely Mo.
That was all Mo. All Mo all the time.
We're good to see Mo on the wrestling mat this year, too.
Dude, that's all 6 foot.
I think he placed like 6th or 7th last year in state, too, so he should be coming back strong.
Mosese Fafita. 2nd down and 11 to go. Hendricks now goes out, and it's caught at the 17-yard line, taken down by Hines.
Gonna be short of the 1st down, though.
Brenly with the reception.
3rd and 5 is what they're showing.
Brantley Harris. I said Brenly. So 3rd down 5, as you said, Tim. 1:47 left in the first half. Hendricks having trouble, usually their biggest runner. Not able to get it going against Glacier Peak tonight in the first half. But he's going to try it again, and Josh Helbig gets him in the big mitts and takes him down.
Good to be calling Josh's name again tonight.
Big tackle for Josh.
4th and 5, and their Shorecrest was hoping that clock would run down a little bit more.
6'1", 200 pounds, Josh Helbig, the senior, having a nice night tonight here in the first half. Is Guffey back one more time?
I think it's Guffey and Hines, maybe?
Hard to tell. High snap. He gets the punt. Kind of a line driver. It's going to be Hines. It was the thief on one side. Austin Hines on the sideline. Gets out of that, and he's hit hard.
No, he slipped.
Oh, did he?
He slipped. He had open field, and he might have found the end zone on that if he doesn't slip.
Nonetheless, he creeps right inside the 20. They're going to mark him at the
Let's
19.
let's go down to Ron. He was sitting right across from that play and see what Ron has to say about that. Ron, did he slip on that?
Yes, sir.
You there, Ron?
Down on the field, I didn't see that, guys. I was blocked out, so let's see what happened on this play.
It's Pinka, number 5. The senior gets down to about the 2-yard line. Josh Pinka with a nice run right up center aisle.
It's nice that Glacier Peak can kind of rotate between Pinka and Darling on that. They're both very effective.
Last week, 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown from the 4.
There he got. Oh, and he just runs.
Touchdown, Glacier
Jeez,
Peak.
he pulls a Bo Jackson, Brian Bosworth there on that play.
Had the scraper out in front and just went right over number 11. Jake Oliver. Good to see Josh Pinka getting in the action. Second touchdown of the year. And our Seattle Hill physical therapy score now for moments here until the weapon usually does what he does, 37-7.
Let's see how far he sticks this. Watch out. Let's go warn the White House back there.
This one felt good, and it looks good, and it is good. So 38-7, a quick strike by Glacier Peak, got the ball back. Austin Hines had a nice run back to the 20, inside the 20, and they put it through. Josh Pinka from just a few yards away for a touchdown. Stay tuned for the Fred's Rivertown Ale House halftime show, and Fred's is located in downtown Snohomish. We love Fred's.
The cheerleaders are going to be injured after this game.
Hopefully they have been conditioning.
They're going to need some like Ben Gay or something.
Stay tuned again for the Fred's Rivertown Ale House. Love Fred's right downtown on Main Street. Can't miss it. Great everything selection. The food's excellent. Of course, I always go on about the Asian nachos and the beer and the whiskey and the scotch, and we love everything about Fred's Rivertown Ale House, and we're happy to have our as our halftime sponsor. 30 seconds left to go in this first half.
We're going to try to get Ron at halftime talking to Roe too, so stay tuned. Don't just go to the refrigerator on us.
As Pettit launches that one, and that will hit the blue turf for a touchback.
That's the first one he's stuck out of the end zone tonight.
It is, and we talked about that. Usually last week he had a few that did not go.
He's had a lot that have been right on the cusp, right on about the half-yard line.
So I'm looking some scores again. Marysville Pilchuck playing Getchell.
How's that game going?
Marysville Pilchuck on top. Joyner just with his second touchdown of the game. Get you a score here in a second. Hendricks takes it. The quarterback go route right up the middle. It gets to the 23 or 4.
My guess is that's going to do it for the half.
18 seconds left. And stay tuned again. We will talk to Coach Roy Rosenbaugh. Ron Henthorn will. Brought to you by Fred's Rivertown Ale House. See what Coach Rowe's thoughts on the first half are. And that will do it for the first half. Our Seattle Hill Physical Therapy scores. Glacier Peak 38, Shorecrest 7, and we'll hopefully get Ron Henthorn here to get a couple words with Coach Rowe. He's getting some consult now with his assistant coaches. Also, defensive assistant coach Kruk. We'll see if Ron can get him.
Where is Ron?
Okay, I'm down here on the field with Coach Rowe. Coach had a pretty big scoring first half out there. What do you got to say about that?
I was really, really happy with the way Brady played. I thought he did a really nice job. He made a couple little, a couple mistakes, but he bounced back from both of them and led scoring drives on his next opportunity. So I'm really happy with the way he played. I think the defense is playing pretty well. We put him in some bad situations with a kickoff return and then the fumble down here, and the defense bowed their neck and didn't let him score. So I'm really happy with that. Our biggest thing in the second half is getting better at us and taking care of the football and being fundamentally sound and getting guys in and getting them some reps.
That was good. If you had a red flag, you could have thrown it on that fumble down there, man. I saw it.
Well, sometimes some weeks they're not going to call a lot of stuff. Sometimes they are going to call a lot of penalties, and you just deal with it. It's the same on both sides. So.
Okay. So you had one quarterback switch in that first half. You're going to do a little more quarterback switching up this half?
Yeah, I hope we'll get both of them. Both of them play in the second half.
Okay. Thanks.
I hope it's the only two we got, so they better play.
Well, all right. Good luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Back to you in the booth, guys.
Thank you, Ron.
It's our Ron Henthorn. Thank you very much. Those words brought to you by Fred's Rivertown Alehouse in downtown Snohomish. Look him up, and that's halftime. 38 for Glacier Peak, 7 for the Shorecrest Scots. We'll be back with second half action. You're watching Glacier Peak football right here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll see you in a few minutes.